Welcome to on tonight's Clubhouse Live, we're finally celebrating a victory Monday with our co-host Josiah Deguara, and hanging out with the Outlaws, another one of those Packer rookies, kickers. Anders Carlson is here. How did the Pack get back on track and beating the Rams? Well, we'll ask the guys. Plus, the guys are going to flip out at tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. It's time to get started. Hey, Josiah. Hey, Anders. Come on in.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good Monday evening. Welcome back to the Fox Club. We're at Neuroscience Group Field, Fox City Stadium here in Grand Chute, home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, also home to Clubhouse Live. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin and the Post Crescent. It's Victory Monday. How's everybody feeling tonight? Yeah. Good energy. Feels good to celebrate a victory. We'll talk about that in a little bit. First, how about a big round of applause, though, for our young Packer fans. We call them the high fivers. Get them on the screen. There they are. Bunch of young Packer fans there, making sure the guys got in and got this show started. So thank you very much. A lot to talk about. How do you guys like Packers 20, Rams 3? So, as I said, it's a victory Monday in Packerland as the green and gold kick that losing streak to the curb and taking down the Rams on Sunday at Lambeau Field. Aaron Jones, how about that guy, right? He led a ground game that finished with 184 yards with 73 yards of his own, a touchdown on 20 carries. How about Luke Musgrave, one of our recent guests, right? He found the end zone for the first time in his young career, a 20-yard score with 3:41 remaining that capped the scoring, cemented the win. How about Jordan Love bouncing back, right? The quarterback had a nice and tidy afternoon. 228 yards and a TD, 20 of 26 passing, 115.5 passer rating. And the defense, let's give them a big round of applause as well. Limited the Rams to just 187 yards, broke up 10 passes. That included 3 by rookie Carrington Valentine and kept the Rams out of the end zone despite being shorthanded. So is this the start of a winning streak, Mean Gene? What do you think? Yes, he wants it. Well, we'll see soon enough. Steelers week begins now. By the way, who's responsible for those hideous Rams uniforms, right? They just ruined a classic look. Hey, look who's back. Happy Vince is here. We haven't seen that big old smile in quite some time, and he's always smiling when our football players are here. Our other co-host is back after a couple weeks. We call him the Outlaw. It's one of those tight ends. Josiah Deguara is here. We'll get him over to the stage in just a bit. And look who's hanging out with Josiah tonight. We got another one of those rookies. It's kicker Anders Carlson. We'll get him over here in a little bit as well. First, a big thank you, as always, to our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Packerland Home Improvement. Hard to believe, but Black Friday sales are going on this month at Cellcom, now through Thursday. Join today and get their top-of-the-line phones on them. Visit cellcom.com/deals for details. And Packerland Home Improvement has delivered superior windows and doors installation service for 50 years. Take advantage of their current special. Buy one window or door, get 160% off, plus 12 months, no payments. And for the folks in the audience and watching online, right? Well, you get an additional $250 off your entire project simply by mentioning Clubhouse Live, Packerland Home Improvement. It matters. It's your home. You know who doesn't matter? I've said this before. It's the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It is Chicago Bears fan,
I matter
Ricardo.
very
Arguello,
much.
everybody.
Thank you. It's in the contract. If you're wondering why I'm still here every week, I'm bound to it, like the NFL players are to their contract.
We can rip up that contract anytime.
You can please
Ricardo.
do.
Anytime.
Please do.
Your Bears looking good. They're 2-7, but they do have a
Brett,
winnable game next week against the Panthers.
Well, I hope that's a winnable one. I want to keep that Panthers pick low. I want that number 1 pick, Brett.
All right. I'm really tired of the Bears minute. Mean Gene's getting ornery about your Bears minute. We want you.
Take it easy,
Mean
Gene.
Gene. Packers win a game, and he's all full of you-know-what and
know.
vinegar. So I tell you what, Ricardo, tell everybody how the show works, though.
We are an interactive show. So, Brett, I'm monitoring the online chat right now. So if you have any comments or questions, that online chat can be found next to the viewer if you're watching on your laptop, on your tablet, maybe even your phone. Log in, give yourself a name. Make sure it's a respectable name,
Yep.
Brett. None
Absolutely.
of these pseudonyms or anything like
Absolutely.
that.
like I said, I'm monitoring that chat. It's already active. I'll get any comments and questions over to you and the guys real quick.
Perfect. I'm on Twitter at PC Bretzi. He's at Ricardo De Leon. Josiah's at Josiah D5. I didn't see a Twitter handle for Anders. I don't know if he's on Twitter or not. I think he's on Instagram, though, so you can check him out there. Hey, Steelers welcome Matt on the floor for the guys to stomp their feet all over, give them some good luck as they hop on the plane and head over to Pittsburgh for the big game against the Steelers. Let's get our co-host over here. He's in his 4th NFL season, all with the Packers. He blocks, he catches, he does whatever is needed because he's a veteran leader. And, Ricardo, did you know this? He was once featured on ESPN's Top 10 Plays.
No, I didn't know that.
He was.
Actually.
I dug deep for
You're
that
gonna tell me about
again.
that?
We're going to talk about that here in
great.
a little bit. How about a big Clubhouse Live welcome for the Outlaw? It's Green Bay Packers tight end number 81, Josiah Deguara, everybody. Doing good, and I bet you are doing even better, huh?
Yes, sir. Great to be back, especially on a little Victory Monday.
Yes, how does that feel, right? Victory Monday. I see your sweatshirt says take notice. What am I supposed to take notice of?
Yeah, I mean, this is a brand that I partner with, five Knuckle Bullets.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's just take notice of what we're doing, man. We're, we got a good little win last night. So, we're ready to build upon that and take it into the rest of the season.
I think you should give me one of those. Sweatshirts.
I will.
All right. Next time
I'll
you're
see
here.
you next week. Or 2 weeks.
No, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Because you have Thanksgiving in 2 weeks, so
Yes,
you guys
sir.
will be busy on Monday. So, all right. Hey, how does the Deguara family love the Outlaw nickname, right? Is everybody calling you that? Mom, dad, siblings, all that? Your wife? Are you the Outlaw now?
Yeah, you might be the only one. But
What?
we'll try to spread it around.
Let's get that going in the locker room. Maybe Anders can help us out and start calling you that as well.
Yeah, we'll get him on it.
By the way, I should tell you that one of our former co-hosts, Ty Montgomery, remember Ty Montgomery? We called him Bam Bam. He made T-shirts out of that.
Really?
He did.
Here we go.
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's roll with it.
I get
Why not?
50%, okay?
All right, 15%. There we go.
Well, let's negotiate a little bit more than that, all right? So, well, welcome back. Anything new, anything fun, anything exciting for Josiah Deguara in the 2 weeks since we've seen you? What's going on in your life?
No, just grinding every day with the guys. I mean, living a dream, going to work every day, playing in the league, doing what we love every day. That's about it. So we have one mission in mind, and we're sticking to it. That's about what our everyday looks like.
What your everyday looks like, and stacking success now, right? Starting to win some games, starting to put that together. Maybe get yourself back in the hunt, back in the conversation. The NFC is still quite wide open. But what does Josiah do? Like, tomorrow's your day off. Come on, what are you doing? Tell me, give us a glimpse into your life away from football. What are we doing? Maybe it's what are we doing together?
Yeah, well, we always got to go in, get swole, get a little arm farm in. You know what I'm saying? Get a little pump going, and then after we hit the gym, honestly, if it was weather like today, I would hit the links.
Yeah.
Hit the golf course. Me, Anders, a bunch of guys hit a little Bible study on the off day. Get some community going. So that's about it. That's what the off day looks like. We gotta relax as well, get the body right going into the next week.
You're right. It's awfully warm, isn't it, for November? Almost 70 degrees here. Let me just tell you guys, Anders, it ain't gonna last. All right, and like it's getting cold tonight already, so you're gonna need that electric blanket here pretty soon. Hey, Halloween was last week too. We asked Keyshawn this. I know there was a big shindig at Lambeau. I don't know if it was at Lambeau, but it involved the team. You had a Halloween party. Now listen, Keyshawn told me that he was really proud of his costume. He said he bought a white sheet, cut 2 holes out of it, and said boo to everybody. He thought that was the most creative thing ever. I want to know who won the best Halloween costume and who had the worst Halloween costume among your teammates.
Who had the best Halloween costume? It's hard to say. I mean, Luke Musgrave that was here last time was Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights, so that was a great one. Jordan and his girlfriend were the cops from White Chicks. I don't know if you guys have seen
Yes.
that. But that was a really good one. I think they won the costume contest. A.J. Dillon was Beauty and the Beast with his wife, and his little son was a mini beast. But I can't say the worst. Everyone did great. So
Keyshawn had the worst, right? Come on, Keyshawn had the worst.
Yeah. I don't know if I saw Keyshawn that night.
Well, he was saying boo. That's what he said.
Yeah,
he was going to say boo to everybody under a white sheet with 2 holes in it. But that's got to be fun, though, right? Get away a little bit. Have you mentioned community. Just get away from football. Have some fun together. It had to feel good just to get away.
Yeah, it's always fun to get away with the guys. Obviously, when we're in the building, it's all business, a lot of the time. But at the end of the day, we're friends outside of the building. We hang out with each other outside of the building, enjoy each other's company. So when we get to do something like that, throw a little party and have a little fun. Obviously, we were in a losing streak when it happened, but maybe built a little camaraderie going into the win this week.
You never know, right? So the NFL week to week, we'll see what happens. Now, before we talk a little football, which we are obligated to do, right? I stumbled upon this interesting nugget that I mentioned in the intro. You made the cut as an ESPN top 10 play, right? You were a top 10 play for on ESPN. Why don't you tell us all about it first? What was it all? Why? What was so special about that play?
I believe you're talking about the one in high school.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you had more.
No, that was the one. I was just making sure you didn't, you weren't fibbing.
I was talking about your high school play. We're going back to your high school days in Folsom again.
It was just a nice little catch that I made.
Okay.
On a Friday night in Northern California.
Listen, You're not going to brag about Rosie. Put it on the screen. Let's
Come on,
roll
Rosie.
it. Let's check it out, Rosie. Here it is. Show it. There it is. Look at Josiah. One-handed grab. Look at that. One hand. Whoa, there's one of our audience members, by the way. Yes. That was not part of the top 10 play. But that one-handed grab,
Zippy.
that was it. Now you can tell us a little bit more details about it. Who were you playing, and how cool was that to see yourself on ESPN as a high school kid?
Yeah, it was cool in high school. Playing on the blue. Obviously, you saw our blue field. That was always a special place to play over in Folsom. But, yeah, honestly, woke up the next morning, didn't know I was going to be on ESPN, and, randomly they were doing like a high school ESPN top 10. And I was on it, surprisingly. Somebody sent it in, and it was a cool moment to look back on. So, yeah, you had to do some digging for that one as well, so props to you.
Thank you. I love it when you're here because you always give me those props when I'm digging deep in your high school video. Huddle's a great thing, Ricardo. A lot of stuff on the Huddle cam.
I just saw. Were we going to see the video again, Rosie? Is that what you were doing? I didn't know what Rosie was doing.
Is Rosie going to put it up there again? There it is again. Let's look at one more time. Josiah going, well, look at that catch. Come on, that's worthy of some applause. Yeah.
That's like Odell Beckham.
What was that?
That was like
Ricardo?
an Odell Beckham.
Yeah, OBJ, right? So, I was also digging deep, and you kind of said it too. One of the questions I saw that you were asked as a high school kid was your dream job. You said to play in the NFL. Now, how surreal is that? You're living it out. You're doing it. Very, very few people can do that. They all say they want to do it, but you're actually, like you said, living your dream. I mean, what an experience this is.
Yeah, obviously blessed to be in this position, and a lot of things had to fall into place, and God had to have His hands on a lot of things for me to be here. So, obviously blessed to be here, and like you said, living a dream that a lot of kids dream of growing up. So, don't take one day for granted. Every day, wake up, and blessed to be where I'm at, and blessed to be playing for the Packers. So, yeah, but just love being here.
Awesome. Well, we love having you here. Yeah. All right. A few more things before we take our first time out. We're going to get Anders over here in a little bit. But, Rosie, it is time for the Clubhouse Live GIF of the night. Let's check it out. What's the GIF? Ooh, look at Aaron Jones wiggling those hips. Yeah. That's how he was wiggling his hips after his touchdown, right?
I was going to say those hips.
Those hips, right? Yeah. I saw Jordan Love kind of showing off after the touchdown, but I think much of Titletown was doing some dancing after you guys took down the Rams. So let's do 3 quick questions. Josiah, as we look back on Sunday's game, speaking of Aaron Jones, we all know what he brings to the offense, right? Dynamic player, playmaker. But what are the intangibles this guy brings? There's just more to his game than just what he does on the field. You saw him consoling Dontavian Wicks after the fumble. I mean, he means so much to this team beyond, I think, what people just see on game day, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's an incredible player. Obviously one of the best players on our team, one of the best running backs in the league. So he's an incredible player and he's also a great leader, a great person, like you said. He's always picking people up, like you saw with Wicks after that fumble. He's the one picking them up. He's the one there for him, talking them through it, because he's been there, and he had his, he fumbled right after that, and he didn't skip a beat. He's the same person all the time, always uplifting people, and we're there for him when stuff like that happens too. But he's a great leader, great person. Everyone if you ask anybody who's the nicest, best person on the team, everyone says Aaron Jones. So he's always the same guy, no matter who he talks to, no matter what time of the day it is, during a game, during the week. He always has a smile on his face. So it's awesome to have him in the locker room.
Always calling everybody sir and ma'am, too. It doesn't matter, right? He's very polite to that military upbringing. Question number 2, Jordan Love. I know the quarterback, one of your good buddies, right? One of your best friends on the team. What has impressed you most or as you've watched him make this transition from backup to starter? But then you're going to go through the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, right? And you're the man, you're the face of the franchise. And I guess as he's bounced back, had a nice game yesterday, as I said, 115.5 passer rating. As you've kind of watched from afar and even watched beside him, and again, being good friends, what has impressed you most about how he's handled his business?
Yeah, again, just the poise. Shows up to work every single day. Is the same person to the guys, great leader. Obviously, taking over for one of the best players of all time at the position. It's going to come with some critique. A lot of people are going to have a lot of eyes on you at all times. That's what it's like being a quarterback in the NFL. But he's done a great job keeping his poise, obviously going through a little bit of a slump in the 4-game losing streak. As a team, he's going to take the majority of the blame for it. He does a great job of taking on that for the rest of the team, not blaming anybody else, always going to work each and every day and helping people around him improve at all times.
Very good. Last one, Josiah, question number 3. We asked Keyshawn the same thing last week. Matt LaFleur, after your loss last week, said, now we're going to see what this team is made of. We're going to see what this locker room is made of. So we asked kind of Keyshawn, what do you think? He told us. But then some weird stuff happened last week, too. All of a sudden, Rasul Douglas is being traded, one of your leaders, and you're in this 4-game losing streak, and you're like, whoa, what's the locker room going to be? What's the reaction going to be? And you come out and you win 20-3. And there seemed to be high energy on the sideline, high energy on the field. What do you think that your team is made of now after you've seen kind of the adversity of this past week, that 4-game losing streak, and how you played on Sunday?
Yeah, we just stuck together as a team. Obviously, when things aren't going your way, you could point fingers. You could always point fingers, blame somebody else, but we didn't do that. We came together, went out to practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like we do every week. LaFleur called it a mirror week. We had to look at ourselves in the mirror at the end of the day, see what we're made of. And we went out on Sunday and proved what we could be, and that's who we want to be. We want to go out each and every week and prove who we are, and we believe we can be one of the best teams in the NFL, but we got to go out and prove that. You just can't say it. We put in the work, and we want to go out on Sundays and show people who we are at the end of the day.
They did, didn't they? Had a big game, a good game on Sunday, yesterday. I'm going to take a timeout. I have the Mirror Week thing on the script a little bit later, but Ricardo, apparently that's kind of a Steve Jones type a deal as well. That, Steve Jones, a former Kimberly football coach, works closely with Matt LaFleur.
Always see him on the sidelines, don't we?
Do you know Steve Jones? Do you have any interaction with Steve Jones, or is that more of a Matt LaFleur thing, maybe?
Yeah, I know Steve. I've talked to Steve a little bit. Yeah, I've talked to Steve, but we've seen him around a lot. We know he's there for leadership purposes and stuff like that. So I know he's giving Matt a lot of different things throughout the season, and just the few conversations I've had with him, he seems like a great dude. Yeah,
former Kimberly High School football coach, led the Papermakers to 5 championships. Now doing his thing in the leadership circuit as well. So good to see Steve. Hey, let's do tonight's stat pack, guys. Aaron Jones, as I mentioned, our former co-host, now ranks 7th in team history in touchdowns with 63. How about that? Climbing the ranks. His 3-yard touchdown run in the second quarter during Sunday's win over the Rams, that moved him past Donald Driver and the legendary Paul Hornung. Jones has a great shot, guys, at cracking the top 5 before the season ends. Sterling Sharp is next with 66 touchdowns, so just 3 away from tying Sharp, followed by Amon Green with 68, then Jordy Nelson with 69. So he might be top 4 here before it's too long. Don Hudson's 105 touchdowns. That is the most in Packers history. How about Showtime doing his thing out there? Good to see him have a good game and get those touches. Hey, Ricardo, I'm going to get you busy again. We have trivia tonight, don't
Yes, we do. But with the trivia comes some rules, so here they are. We will ask the question. If you think you know the answer, please raise your hand. Don't shout it out. If you're correct, you win what, Brett?
Got some great items from the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. We got this Timber Rattlers cap. We've got a Timber Rattlers T-shirt. So a lot of good stuff here from the
a lot of good
Wisconsin
stuff.
Timber Rattlers.
Well, once you win, you're out for the rest of the show. And sorry, live chatters, you gotta be here to win.
All right, I'm asking the first question.
Okay,
So you guys
I'm
see
looking
who
out.
raises his or her hand first. Preston Smith, right? We know him. His 2 sacks last week against the Vikings gives him 37.5 sacks for his Packers career. That's good enough for the 7th most in team history. Who has the most sacks in Packers history? I'm right back here. Not Clay Matthews. You're close. Maybe right next to you. Not Reggie White. Tracy? Not Gilbert Brown. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint.
He's old.
He's a pro football. Okay. Not Tim. Good guess, too. Kabir? Nope. He's a Pro Football Hall of Famer and a member of the Lombardi Dynasty teams. We're going to go back there again. Get up here. Willie Davis is correct.
It only took 8 guesses.
It took a while, Ricardo.
Yeah. You might have to throw the flag on that.
Yeah. The great Willie Davis, right? What was he, number 87, I think, as a D end. Credited with 99.5 sacks, and some think, Ricardo, that he actually had more. Clay Matthews, the Claymaker, is next with 83.5. So let's get your guest up here. Should we do that? All right, our guest tonight, he's in his rookie NFL season. He was selected by the Packers in the 6th round of the 2023 NFL Draft. Our guest tonight kicked collegiately at Auburn University, where he finished his career ranked 2nd in program history in scoring and field goals made, and 3rd in extra points made. Our guest tonight earned first-team All-SEC honors at Auburn. He was rated as the nation's top kicker in high school and named to the Under Armour All-America game during his senior season. He leads the Packers in points scored so far with 48. He's kicked 11 field goals and connected on all 15 of his extra points. Our guest tonight has been said to have, he has a bionic leg, Ricardo. Did you know that? It's bionic, apparently. He shunned his parents by attending Auburn. More on that in a moment.
Whoa.
I can't believe this. And you might have to credit divine intervention for leading him on the path that has him earning a living as an NFL kicker. How about a big Clubhouse Live round of applause for the rookie, the kicker, number 17. It's Anders Carlson, everybody. Yes, kick them while they're down. Kick the Steelers while they're down. Beautiful. Anders Carlson is here. We got a lot to get to. You got a great story to tell.
Hey, Brett, Anders thought that maybe he just had to sit there and keep getting, all the love there and just kind of
just
there
keep
for a
reading the
second.
accolades again. Maybe I should go over it one more time. But before we get to know Anders, because this is the Outlaw Show and you are his guest, Josiah insists on asking the first question of the night.
Yes. Anders, what is your favorite part so far about living in Green Bay?
I think that's actually easy. I thought you were going to bring a harder one. I love that no matter where you're going, driving, complex, restaurants, everything is 10 minutes away. There's nothing that's 19. There's nothing that's 4. It's all 10 minutes away. So
it's a beautiful way to live.
No
isn't
traffic. I love the highway. It's a good place to live.
It's a beautiful place to live. You can get from point A to point B very fast. I don't know if you guys know this, but typically your opponents actually stay in Appleton and are bussed up the road. They're at the stadium in about 30 minutes, maybe less. So even then, going from Appleton to Green Bay is a slick trip. So, by the way, Anders, I should let you know you have made Clubhouse Live history. You are the second kicker ever to appear on our show. Mason Crosby was the first, and you are the first in 10 years. How about that? A first time in 10 years. We finally got the kicker back on. Where does that rank in your career achievements?
That's 1 or 2 right there. I don't know. It's going to be a toss-up, but
it's got to be up there.
Maybe 2 right now. We'll see.
Yeah, it's number 2. So, well, true or false, you and your brother Daniel, right, kicks for the Las Vegas Raiders, were nearly booted out of the family by your parents for choosing to attend Auburn instead of the university they attended, Alabama. Wow. How can you do that? Were you almost kicked out of the family, both you and your brother?
Yeah, so my middle brother, older than me, went to Auburn first. So for me, it was a little easier. No, he was a black sheep already. I just followed his lead. But truthfully, it was our grandpa. My grandpa played baseball at University of Alabama, and then my mom went there and met my dad, who was on a tennis scholarship there. So a lot of family ties there. But I've converted my parents over to blue and orange. My grandpa, who's passed away now, but he always stayed true to his colors, so he's a real one for sure.
You got your parents saying War Eagle right now? Can they?
Oh, you can call them right now. They say it in a heartbeat for sure.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
how do you end up going to Auburn instead of the family school of Alabama? How does that happen?
So it's interesting being a kicker. Unlike a tight end or other position, you only need one every 4 years. So you kind of go on your circuit and see what teams need a kicker. And truthfully, Auburn and Vanderbilt were the schools in the SEC where I wanted to play, and I actually committed Vanderbilt for like a day and decommitted, and 2 weeks later found my way to Auburn.
The rest is history, right? Here you are. So here's another true or false question. Listen to this, Josiah. Your mother, now is this true? Your mother was nearly kicked out of the Auburn facility during your brother Daniel's official visit because as they were visiting, her cell phone's ringtone was the Alabama fight song, and it went off in the Auburn facility. Now, I dug deep for that little nugget, too. Did she almost get booted out?
I'll plead the fifth on that, but yeah, no, that definitely happened.
How can that happen? Your mother has got to be better than that. She's got to be more on her game.
Yeah. That was before the conversion, though, so
Yes.
you got to respect it.
Yes, you do. So, well, I tell you what, let's, Josiah, before we talk football and get to know Anders here a little bit more, and his kicking journey, football journey. Give us your impressions on this guy, right? You're out there in special teams with him. What do you like about him? I mean, kickers always have to have a different mentality, right? It's one kick at a time. You got to block out the good and block out even the bad and the good, right? You just always got to focus on the next kick. But this guy seems to have it all together as a rookie.
Yeah, Anders has come in and done a great job for us. Obviously, he can kick the ball really far, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So that's one of the main things. But obviously, he's a great person, a great teammate to have. I'm on special teams a lot, so it's great to have him alongside all the guys, putting in the work for the defense.
The defense, that's right. The pressure cooker, life as an NFL place kicker. Well, Anders, back to you. How was Josiah and the other guys as veterans? How do they kind of get you calmed down, settled in, and just focused on your job? I'm sure you lean on some of these guys here a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. These guys are the best in the world at what they do, and then they play defense a little bit on the side too. But I think what I've enjoyed the most is how much pride they take in special teams. You've got guys like Josiah, and I could list 15 other guys who go to work every day just for that kickoff rep or punt return, whatever it is. And as a specialist, you love to see that because you're doing your job, but the guys around you are fighting every day to do their job too.
It's a huge part of the game. I mean, right? A third of the game, offense, defense, and he's like you said, defense. It's very, very important. So how does a kid? You're a pretty darn soccer player growing up, as I understand. How does he become an NFL kicker? How does that journey happen? And I'm guessing you got your brother to blame a little bit for that as well, right?
Yeah. So like I said, my dad's European, so I played no baseball, no football. It was straight soccer and tennis growing up. And my oldest brother Daniel, they needed a high school kicker for the team, and they asked him to come kick, and he's like, as long as I can play soccer while I do it. So that's what started him his freshman year, and I just kind of watched him go through high school, get a scholarship. I was pretty good at soccer, but I was pretty slow too. So I think I was going to go D2, and I was like, hey, let's go play D1 football. I think I can do this. And so I switched to football as well, and here we are, 10 years later, playing in the NFL together.
What was your position in soccer? Because you're kind of a tall, lanky guy, right? What were you playing?
Yeah, I was like a center mid, if you know soccer. So I was holding down I was the glue of the team for sure.
The glue guy, right? Hey, Ricardo, soccer's big around here. We got a lot of great teams,
It's
high school wise.
huge. Yes, it is a growing sport, really, in many ways.
Very big deal. Absolutely. So, well, tell this story then too, because it involves your brother. But this is where the divine intervention comes in, as far as getting into the game of kicking. Your high school friend of your family's or your friend of your parents through church was a special teams coordinator at your high school or something, and thought, wow, Daniel's got a heck of a leg. Maybe we could get him kicking some balls for us here on the football team. Is that how you got this whole thing rolling? Was just that little interaction from a family friend?
Yeah,
church?
No, absolutely. I think, like Josiah said, I think God's played a huge role in our stories as the Carlsons, and we're super thankful for that. But we lived in Sweden for a year in 2008, and when we came back, Daniel was headed into high school, and Coach Coughlin, we credit a lot of what we did to him, and he came back looking for my oldest brother, Niels, but Niels stayed in Sweden to play professional soccer. So my dad was like, no, Niels is still in Sweden, but my younger son, Daniel, he's going to be a freshman this year. He can kick pretty far. He's been kicking on this goalie, who is the older brother, and he's like, why don't you give him a shot and see what he can do? And, yeah, Coach Coughlin, we still talk to him to this day, and he came out to the Broncos game, so a huge impact in our lives, and super thankful for that conversation for sure.
And again, the rest is history, right? Yeah, you guys, your high school, the Classical Academy in Colorado Springs. So you're kind of used to this cold weather here a little bit, being from Colorado or being in Colorado. So what kind of attracted you to football? I mean, you could have done it in high school and said, I don't think it's for me. So what do you like about the game?
I love the game, man. I love kicking. I love that kickers get the ladies. I think that's really important.
Okay, interesting.
No, but no, I like how different it is. I like just the camaraderie you have with the guys. You might not be as athletic, jumping as high and as strong, but you still get to play the sport and have a super important role. So I love that role.
Josiah, is that true that the kickers get the ladies? Is that what he just said?
Yeah, I think it is true. I mean, he's the kicker, so let's listen to him.
Yeah, what do you guys think? There you go. Apparently, they get the ladies. I would say one of your significant other is here, but she doesn't want to be on camera, so leave her alone, camera people. Don't do that. Don't bother her. So, well, how nice is it to have your brother in the league, right? Because, again, it's a lonely position. We'll talk about that here down the line, but it's nice to have somebody that you're close to going through that experience where you can be sounding boards for each other, right? Again, going through the downs and the ups.
Yeah, Daniel's been huge. I think even when I was in college and he was playing in the league, we could talk every single week. So now that we're playing on the same days for the most part, it's really fun to get, talking on Mondays and just talk about the games, talk about life outside of football too, but just staying connected with him is really important. So,
what advice did he give you as you were coming into the league, though? He had the experience, right? What did he tell you to get you ready?
Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing was that combine time and that pro day stuff. Just handling the coaches the right way, presenting yourself the right way, just being real to those coaches, but obviously not doing too much, and then just taking things a day at a time. Whether it's practice or a game, just one rep at a time, like you said earlier.
Josiah, that's a way to live, right? One day at a time. You can't go any more than that, right? You got to be where your feet are. I think that's another big Steve Jonesism as well. So let's do this. We've got to know this, Anders, because I think folks around here always wonder, on kickoff, why did you just kick it out of the end zone every time, right? Just boot it out of the end zone every time. Why are you monkeying around with this goal line and the directional kicks? Just drill it into the stands. What's the big deal here?
I'd love to do that, but sometimes there's different reasons. I'd say sometimes we just want to do it to set our defense up, right? So kickoff's that first defensive play, so we want to pin them inside the 20, and sometimes it gets a little windy in Green Bay. So if you got a strong headwind, we'll see where it goes. But
well, how in the heck, though? Here's another question that I think we all want to know. How do you kick a ball so far? I mean, Ricardo, you and I try to kick a ball. We're lucky if we can get it, 15, 20 yards off of a tee?
Hey, I can get it 25.
You cannot.
Sure I can.
All right.
Not
no
accurately.
Right. You'll shank it. How do you kick it 65, 70? How do you boom it out of the end zone? What is the secret to how do you do this?
Lots of time out on the field, and I think having a soccer background is huge. It'll transition you a little smoother, but lots of time just watching film and just correcting small little things, and once you get out there, you don't have to think about anything, just swing away.
Oh, come on now. Okay, but you tell me if I watch some film, if I just kind of watch some critique myself in watching how I can kick, and spend some time that I'm going to kick a 65 yards. Are you telling me that's all it takes?
I would say, but if we get a good hour in together, I could back you up 10 more yards than you were.
Really?
I don't know. I think so.
I think we should do something tomorrow, right? So we should hang out.
Here's the
go
thing,
to high school
Anders.
football field.
The only way that happens, Brett, is if you kick it old school with no shoe on, no sock, barefoot, like the old guys used to do.
Maybe he's a toe poke guy.
No.
Straight on. We'll see about that.
Have you ever tried a barefoot kick?
No, not legit, no.
They used to do that more when we were growing up, some guys.
80s and
that,
90s. I don't know why they did that, but they did.
I was going to say, I've never even heard of the barefoot kick.
You've never heard of a barefoot kick? YouTube it. Guys, go home tonight and just look that up.
They were around as recently as like 94, 95.
Yeah. Well, these guys weren't born then. A little bit
Relatively
before their time.
Relatively speaking.
All right, we're aging ourselves. We're dating ourselves. I mean, that's got to be impressive to you, though, when you see these guys and what they can do. I mean, it's a rocket. That thing just takes off.
Yeah, especially in Green Bay. We were at practice the other day, and it was like the winds were gusting, and he was just booming it 40, 50 yards. It takes I feel like there's some science behind it, too. All specialists are kind of smart, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's some science behind it, too.
You got something to say about that?
No. Nothing.
He's going to leave it alone.
I'll leave it. Yeah, I'll take
He's going to leave it alone. They're always tinkering. They're always like in a lab, right? All that stuff. But by the way, I want to backtrack and just mention you mentioned Anders and his brother Daniel, now second in SEC history in points scored, I believe. He graduated as the all-time leader. I saw rank fifth. So guys in the top 5 in points scored in SEC history. How about that for a college career? Let's keep going. What's the longest kick you've ever hit?
We're talking in game, or we're talking just having
I don't care
fun?
where you were.
Back in high school in Colorado, so we had some wind there too. I remember I have a video like back to like 72, 73, and just swinging away at it, having some fun.
Whoa.
So that was I saw that video like probably 6 weeks ago, and I was like looking at my technique, just like what was I doing back then? But it worked for that kick.
Gotten a little bit better.
Yep.
High altitude maybe, does that help a little bit as well in Colorado? But how about this? Science. 66, that's the magic number, right? That's the NFL record. Justin Tucker of the Ravens. I forget when he hit that, but that's the record. How far do you think you can do you think you could do that? Do you think you have the leg where you could make the NFL record?
Yeah, I was really looking forward to that Broncos game. In pregame, you kind of test out how far you want to go each way, depending on the wind and just the circumstances. But Denver was feeling really good, and we were backing up to like 65, making them. So I was like, hey, get a little energy, and if it's the right number, we can have at it. But it's got to play the right situation in the game too, and obviously those are just as important as the ones that are in 30 and 40. So all kicks matter, but I would love a shot at it in the right circumstance.
You know what you should have done when you were kind of in that range and it was like second down? You should have just trotted on the field. Just tell the offense to get off the field.
Get Joe
let me just kick it right now,
run
Coach.
off the field and put me in there. Yeah.
Just bring the special teams, the kicking unit out there. Say we're just going to kick it now, guys. I want this record. I'm sure that would have been well received. So, well, how do you develop the leg strength? Right? I mean, is there a lot of lifting? Is there a lot of squatting? I mean, obviously you got to have a strong leg to be just kind of. And you just kind of punch at the ball too, right? It seems like you just sort of, it's like a hammer.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys have different techniques. That's what's kind of fun about it is, you look across the league, we all look different shapes and sizes, and we fall through differently. But, we're all not super strong guys, but we're explosive, and we work out as much as we need to. And so, but so much is technique, just leg speed and technique and just good contact in the ball, like you said.
So how many balls do you kick during a practice week? I mean, are you taking it easy during the season? You don't want to wear out your leg, or is it the opposite? No, just as many as you can get up?
Yeah, so it's one of those things actually, it's kind of like pitching, right? You can't go back-to-back days, so we typically kick twice a week and then on a game day, so 3 times a week, and you're probably repping about 50 kicks a day.
Interesting. So we'll take us through the operation. All right, there you are. It's a 67-yard attempt, right? It's at Lambeau Field, wind is swirling, but you told LaFleur you can nail this. You told Bisaccia you can nail this. So you're out there. You're getting ready. What are you looking at? What are you thinking? What has to go through your mind to kind of nod to your holder, say, all right, I'm ready to go, snap the ball. Just take us through the entire operation. What's going on through your mind?
Might want to stand up and do the demo here, but no, I usually just focus on taking a good breath when I get over the spot. And, my snapper, Matt, and my holder, Dan, they do a great job every time. So kind of just get clued in with them. We have different cadences and stuff, so knowing the cadence is really important. And then 3 steps back, 2 steps over. At that point, I'm looking at my spot, look up at the field goal post and the target I have inside the field goal post, and then one more good breath and we're ready to go.
We're ready to go.
He has a great left wing protecting him too, by the way.
Yes.
That's what I heard. That's the word on the street. That's the word on the street.
Funny you bring that up because there might be a picture of that a little bit later on that will show the great left wing for sure. But by the way, I wanted to ask you, it just kind of came to mind. Did you see the kick by Agumba Wale? And this is a position player going out there, and he nailed it. Former Badger too, right? Former Wisconsin.
Former Badger. That's true.
I mean, you got to be impressed when a guy can just go out there and just do that.
That was one of the first things I saw after the game, and it was a big field goal, right? Because
Yeah.
they won the game and gave them the points what they needed. So I don't. If I ever went down, hopefully that never happens. But I think our punter's ready. So
Punter.
I was shocked to see the running back step up.
Well, Josiah, what position player? We don't talk about the punter right now. But what if both Anders and was it Whelan, right? Were down.
Yeah,
Daniel. What position guy could go out there and boom one and just kick a clutch field goal?
I'd throw in AJ with those huge quads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
A.J. Dillon.
Talk about an NFL record there.
Yeah, he's got some power in there, right?
Does he have the flexibility, though, to boom one?
Yeah, not sure. Maybe we'll ask him one day.
We'll bring him on the
Hopefully
show.
we don't
We'll
have
ask
to test that out.
No, we don't want to
hopefully
test that out, but it would be kind of interesting to see. A couple more things. Ricardo, then it's your turn for our social media question of the night. So how do you view your job, right? It's a lonely job at times. And, man, you nail one and it's great, but you also have to have a short memory because you're going to miss some kicks from time to time, too. So how do you mentally train to kind of deal with the pressure cooker of being an NFL kicker?
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's taking it one rep at a time, always, no matter what you're doing, practice or game. And then the biggest thing is being close to your long snapper and holder, because those guys, just like the tight ends, are going to hang out and spend a lot of time with each other and just understand each other. Just knowing those guys and talking about, if I hit a bad one, they'll come talk to me because they know me based on practice on what I need to correct. And the same thing goes for them. If they maybe have a snap that's a little high, we can correct each other and just talk it out and get ready for the next rep.
The chemistry is important, right? How about Anders Carlson and Josiah Deguara so far tonight? Great conversation. A lot of interesting stuff. And speaking of interesting, Ricardo, we have an interesting question on social media for both guys, I think, right?
Yes, that's right. It's from Deb Roth. She wants to know, and I need both of you to answer, do either of you have any game day rituals?
Good question. Josiah, why don't you start?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I listen to a worship song before every game. That is, I guess, is my ritual. But I feel like my biggest ritual is just like my day-to-day, waking up, eating the same thing, being at the facility at the same time, getting taped by the same person, making sure I have my pads a certain way. Like we get us athletes and different things. We get into certain routines, so that's the biggest thing. My ritual is just my routine every game day is the exact same. So that's my ritual, so to speak.
Okay, how about you, Anders?
Yeah, I would say biggest thing for me is I get there probably an hour before I want to and watch them film real quick, just kind of like almost like a highlight tape, just kind of clue your mind into that, and then just walk the field. I love walking the field, kind of filling it out 2 hours before the game, and then by the time you got to pregame, you already feel like you've been there.
What was it like your first time on Lambeau Field, right? I mean, that's the cathedral of football right there.
Yeah, it was family night, which
right.
I had no idea what I was getting into. It felt like a regular game, but it was a special time under those lights, and then the fireworks after. It was incredible. It
is pretty cool, right? Seeing all the great names on the facade and all that stuff. So, hey, for having her question selected, Deb wins a signed photo of Josiah Deguara, the Outlaw. Each week, we'll ask you to submit a question for our co-host or guest that we'll ask live during Monday's show. Look forward to on Facebook, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. Please give us a like as well on that page. Another timeout. I wanted to let you guys know, stick around after the show because we're giving away this great Mean Gene bobblehead, everybody. How about that? Courtesy of our friends at Bobbles Galore. Bobbles Galore is your source for the largest selection of bobbleheads you will find anywhere. That includes a great selection of Packers, Brewers, and Bucks bobbleheads. Shop bobblesgalore.com today. Ricardo, it's trivia question number 2. What do you have?
That's right. So I need you guys to look out in the crowd to make sure we see who raises their hand first. Here we go. Up next for the Packers is a showdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This future Packers Hall of Famer won Super Bowl rings with the Packers and Steelers.
Oh, wait. We got this guy back here.
I don't even have to give a hint.
Nope, we might know it. Go ahead. Right by the window. No. Good. We're going back by here. John Kuhn is correct. We didn't even need.
You got to let me complete the question, homie.
Come on up. Get your prize. Yeah. He gets the bell and the prize.
Same table.
Brett, the hint was, as you might know, he was a guest of ours this season.
Yes, and our former co-host, right? Yeah, John Kuhn, the General, we called. That was his nickname, the General. He was a member of the 2010 Packers team that won the Super Bowl over the Steelers. He was also on the practice squad as a member of the 05 Steelers team that beat Seattle in Super Bowl 40. So, hey, you know what's coming up now, Outlaw? It's time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. Rosie, how about some music? This is sponsored by Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, your center for dental excellence, voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist, Best of the Bay, in back-to-back years. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. Dr. Sebastian's right over there. How about a big round of applause for Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry? Guys, we have a Clubhouse Live Challenge tonight. It's a physical challenge. And
Exciting.
It is exciting, guys. This is a game that we call Flip It Good. All right, Flip It Good. Now, it's a popular game. And here we go. You're each going to have a water bottle.
Let's go.
All right, this is the incredibly popular water bottle flip game, and is backed by popular demand. We haven't played it enough. I was almost precise. That's pretty precise, isn't it? Yes. So the object of the game is simple, right? You flip the bottle a full rotation in the air and try to make it land on its bottom. The person who could do it the most in 60 seconds, Ricardo, you'll keep track, wins the game for his playing partner. You need your playing partner.
Do we get to practice? No, we just got to go.
You want to
Right
practice?
into game time. Come on now.
He's
let's go
challenging
for it.
you
I'm
right
down.
now.
Let's do it.
Scared?
He's
Let's do
challenging
it.
you. Well, here we go.
I am
A little
kinda
trash
nervous.
talk
I
here
am
for the
kinda
Flip It Good game, Ricardo. So here you go. Josiah, your playing partner right here is Carol first. Carol, raise your hand. This is Josiah Deguara. That's your playing partner. Anders, your playing partner is Sharon. Where's Sharon again? Right back there. There's your playing partner. This is what you can win. The winner tonight goes home. It's getting cold outside. Look at this.
Whoa.
It's a Packers knit cap, courtesy of our friends at Shields Sports, right at the Fox River Mall. A signed photo of the Outlaw, right? And a Go Pack Go can koozie, courtesy of our friends at Miller Lite. The runner-up tonight gets the signed photo and the can koozie because nobody leaves empty-handed here on Clubhouse Live. So, here you go. I always ask the audience, who thinks the Outlaw is winning Flip It Good tonight? Who thinks so? The tight end. Dr. Sebastian's on your side. How about who thinks the rookie kicker is going to win tonight? I'll tell you why. You saw it. You know, they're always in their laps.
Underdog. I love the underdog role.
Like he does with kicking, he was kind of measuring the water, kind of already sort of figuring this all out. You said he's really smart. So, okay, Ricardo, you're going to do 60 seconds. I'll kind of keep track of who's doing what.
And I will let them know when it's 30 seconds, 15, and then count down from 10.
All right. So it's tough. I was able to do it a few times when I practiced it myself. So here we go. Yep, I think we're good to go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ricardo, start it up, and here we go. Let's give them over. Cheer them on, everybody. Let's cheer them on. Let's hear you. There's one for Anders, one for Josiah. Here we go. 2 for Anders. And 2 for Josiah. Oh, this is a good game right now. Ricardo, where are we at? 3 for Anders. And 4 for Anders, 4-2. Oh, wait a minute now. 5-2.
30 seconds.
6-2. He's on a roll. 6-2. Anders Carlson is 6-3. Here comes the comeback. Ricardo, how much more time?
20 seconds.
Here we go. We're almost done. 6-3. Anders with the lead. We're almost there. 6-4.
10.
Here we
9,
go.
8, 7.
7-4.
6, 5.
7-5.
3, 2, 1.
And that is it. The kicker wins tonight, 7-5. That was good job, guys. That was very good.
More stressful than I anticipated.
7-5. I thought maybe 2 or 3 at the very most. Hey, Rosie, we need some championship music because guess what, Sharon? You're going home with the knit cap courtesy of Shields, the signed photo, and the Go Pack Go can koozie. Carol, you're still going home with some great prizes as well. Carol's been back-to-back a Clubhouse Live Challenge participant. Again, how about a big round of applause for the guys tonight? All right, guys, we're winding down. That hour goes by quick. You can't have fun like that anywhere else.
So much fun.
I mean,
insane.
It is unbelievable how much fun we have here on this show. You know what's fun? Gifts, right? This is the holiday season. I got some gifts for you, Anders Carlson.
Let's go.
I got some presents. I've got some stuff for your man cave. And then after we do this, it'll be our audience question time. So anybody who has audience questions, please go over to Ricardo. Stuff for your man cave. You have a man cave, I like to ask. You got big pictures of yourself, trophies, shrine to yourself, where you just stare at yourself all the time?
Yeah, no, not quite yet. Just, me and the wife in the 2-bedroom, not a lot of extra space. And if there's some extra space, she gets it. So.
Well, I tell you what, pictures going on the wall tonight when you get back home, right?
That's what I like to hear.
I've got some gifts. Here's the first one. Rosie, put it on the screen. This is what Josiah was talking about. Look at that picture. There's Anders kicking one with Josiah Deguara, making sure that everything was going smooth as can be.
It's a great block by Josiah. There's a lot of pressure on his left side there.
Look at that.
Yeah, big rush.
That is a good picture for the man cave. And then we got another one. We got to do this one, right, Rosie? Put this one up, too. Look at this. That's the brothers hanging out. in Las Vegas. There's Anders and Daniel having a good time there in Las Vegas. So that is for you to remember
Thank
us
you.
by. Oh, you keep it too. It's up to you.
You keep this one. I'll take the one of us.
Hey, I gave you one the last time, right? So
You did, yeah.
You
It's
got-
in my man cave.
Is it hanging on your wall
It
right
is,
now?
yeah. I'll send you a photo.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, please do so. I'll give you my number, and we can start texting each other all the time. That'd be a lot of fun. You know what's a lot of fun, Ricardo? You got an audience question. Looks like you got
listen,
three audience
we haven't had
questions.
audience questions in quite a while, so I kind of, Brett, I'm getting 3.
Good,
So
do
I'm
it.
I'm changing the show. So this is our friend Tracy Santos. She has a question. Go ahead.
Guys, I'm wondering, how are practices in college different from the NFL? And do you feel like there are additional or worse injuries on the field now due to the non-contact practices?
Ooh.
Let's answer that one. You want to take that one, Josiah?
Yeah. I mean, college is a lot different from the NFL. Obviously, we're professionals now. This is our job. So the week is a lot more planned based on, times, depending on, like, a lot of times if we get home from a late game, we might not do a padded practice on Wednesday. Should we do a padded practice on Thursday? So kind of a lot more goes into it, where in college it's just every day is just a grind, 2.5 hours, padded practice. You're 18 to 20, 18 to 22 at that time. So it's a lot different. When it comes to the injuries, injuries are just a part of the game. I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to any of the injuries that happen. There's been injuries for a long time back in the day, and there will be long after we're done playing. So I think it's just part of the game that you can't really control.
Very good question.
Thank you, Tracy.
Who else do we have there,
We got
Ricardo?
Dylan up here. Come on over here, Dylan. And Dylan has a question. Go ahead, Dylan.
What would you be if you didn't get drafted in the NFL?
Oh, yeah. If you weren't a football player, right? Yeah.
So pretty unique, but I studied aviation in college, so I do have my pilot's license. So
Yeah.
at some point, I do want to get back in the air. Hopefully, it's years from now, but I do love flying.
We
We
love flying.
got a little EAA down the road here.
Yeah.
From here.
EAA down in Oshkosh. You should check that out. But it'd be fun to fly on a nice windy night like tonight, right? So that plane just bumping all over the place. Ugh. I tell you what.
Well,
that,
what
that
about
gives
the-
me the butterflies right when I think about
What
it.
about Josiah?
Yeah.
I should have went first because that's way cooler than what I probably would have been. But I got my degree in sports administration, so being athletic director, coach high school football, something like that.
Hey, that sounds pretty
Oh,
cool
there you
too.
go.
So they're good stuff, and we got one more, Jerry
Yeah,
Laundry.
Jerry Laundry. Go ahead, Jerry. Your question.
I saw some video of you guys guessing the young costumes of the players. How much fun was it exactly to guess all those, who was who?
Or was it even difficult? I don't know.
Yeah, it was funny because some of them were super obvious. When you walked in, like, you knew exactly what somebody looked like when they were little. Their face hadn't changed at all, and then Aaron Jones looks exactly like his son.
He does, I know,
He looks
yeah.
exactly like his son. But yeah, it was a good time. It's always fun when they do stuff like that.
Good stuff. All right.
So
thank you very
guys.
much,
Thank
Jerry.
you,
Thank you
everyone.
for our questioners. Round of applause for them, please. A few more things.
Hey, Brett.
Yeah, go ahead, Ricardo.
We do real quick. Sheboygan Ron saying, "Hey, give Anders an ice scraper." USA Today Network.
I don't have an ice scraper
Okay.
with me.
Well, so much
next
for that.
time, Anders, I'll give you one of our USA Today Network Wisconsin ice scrapers for your car window. Everybody loves that prize. Hey, and I have aviation management on the script, so you've already answered that question. So I'll ask you one, and I'll ask Anders one to wrap up. How pumped were you for Luke Musgrave yesterday, right? His first career touchdown, but as the veteran in that room, did you also critique him for not doing a Lambeau leap? You can't do that, Luke.
Yeah, he definitely got some words this morning from our whole tight end room. We were like, bro, you have to have a plan. Like, we've been talking about this for weeks, and he just screamed at the crowd. And he lost the ball too. They're trying to find his touchdown ball. But yeah, no, super proud of him. Obviously, he's putting a lot of work, and you guys got to talk to him a couple weeks ago. So great dude. Our whole room is hyped for him, and hopefully we can keep getting some love for the tight ends out there.
Well, he blew it, didn't he? He really blew it. You only get one chance for your first
Lost the
career
ball,
touchdown.
no Lambeau lead.
Unbelievable.
More to come.
More to come. And Anders, challenges of kicking at Lambeau Field, number one, and the challenges of now kicking in the cold weather, right? It gets a little bit different. Even Keyshawn Nixon was telling us last week that he's excited as a kick return guy because now those kicks aren't sailing out of the end zone. The ball's a little bit harder, a little bit more of a rock, and he's going to have some return opportunities. But the challenges of both, because the weather and the swirling winds certainly don't make things easy, do they?
Yeah, no, I think the weather up here in Green Bay is unique, which makes it fun. But it's something you get to practice in every day. So definitely take those practice reps and value those. And then, as the weather gets colder, ball doesn't fly as far. So hopefully we keep hitting touchbacks, but we'll play a little more ball for sure.
That's when now is the time you should try that barefooted kick right in the icy cold, frigid Wisconsin winter. Hey, about a round of applause for the Outlaw and Anders Carlson tonight. Yes, great show. A lot of fun. Ricardo, though, we got to go up north, right? We're predicting the Packers-Steelers game. I believe now it's at Acrisure Stadium, not Heinz Field anymore. You know, those naming rights things. But you were trying to do reverse psychology and pick against the Packers by picking them to win.
I did. I picked them the last 3 weeks to win. I'm not doing it this time, Brett. Steelers are winning this one. Watt's going to have 5 sacks.
Wow.
Your little win streak's over, baby.
Wow. Hey, Anders, what do you think of that guy over there, huh? Kind of bugs you a little bit,
Who
doesn't it?
invited that guy?
Yeah, that's what we want to know. He's been hanging out with us for like 15 years. Well, hey, I changed out the victory visor to the victory cap, and that brought you guys a win. So let me put that back on the head. What do you guys think, huh? Yeah, let's do it again. How about a nice 20-17 victory over at in Pittsburgh? Maybe Anders with the game-winning field goal. You never know. But the Steelers, they beat the Titans on Thursday. They're coming off that mini bye. Did you know all 5 wins for the Steelers have been one-score games? So they've been tight games. And did you know that they've been outgained in every game this season? So while the Steelers are 5-3, Ricardo, maybe not so great, right? I think the Packers now get on a little bit of a roll here. They're hot. They're getting healthy. Aaron Jones is doing his thing. I think the Packers' defense forces a key turnover. I think they possess the ball, control the clock. This guy's going to be leading the way, right, as a lead blocker for Aaron Jones as well, doing his thing. And Green Bay goes into Pittsburgh and comes out with the W. What do you think, Mean Gene? You like that? Get her done. That's what he says. We got to get her done. So what's the Packers News app all about, Ricardo?
That's right, with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Hey, Brett, that Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers. Unlimited digital access to the Packers News app and PackersNews.com can be yours. Now, get this, for as low as 99 cents for the first month. No reason for you not to subscribe, so please subscribe today. Brett, we need that money.
That's a great deal, isn't it? Special thanks to, again, our sponsors and friends. First, our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Packerland Home Improvement. Also, our segment sponsors, we have Bobbles Galore and Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. And finally, our supporting sponsors and friends, Shields, Escort Limousine Service, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives here, Miller Lite, and as always, the good folks here at the Fox Club and the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Outlaw, we're not going to see you now for 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks. How are we going to do this? You're having way too much fun on these Monday nights.
Yeah, I'm going to miss you guys for a few weeks.
We're going to miss you too.
It makes it more special.
He just kind of has this dry sarcasm, doesn't he, about him? But I'm going to give you the final word to all these great Packers fans. And Anders, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you had a good time.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You bet. Final word.
Yeah, I won't see everyone till Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. And go Pack Go. Let's get another dub.
Let's get another dub, he says. Hey, for the Outlaw, for the rookie kicker, for Ricardo and the rest of the Clubhouse Live crew, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday night at 6:30. Keyshawn Nixon and a teammate guest will be here, and we'll be celebrating a big Packers victory over those stinking Steelers, right? In the meantime, Mean Gene, it's your turn. Take it away, Mean Gene. Stick around. We've got some giveaways.